kitchen again. Alright, so I'm going to make something that I probably won't like. Because first of all, I don't like pico de gallo. And I don't like onions. But I do like pork. So I'm going to make what's the PPO burger, which I literally just made up. Because I'm going to see if it tastes good. And that's kind of what you get with me. So the first thing you need to do, most people wash their hands, which I do too. You want to hit your hands with that spick and span because it's going to get them just as clean. Then you want to rinse them off real quick. Rinse your stuff, get clean. There you go. So the first thing I'm going to use is I'm going to use 2 of these little frozen pork patties because, I could get a whole pork steak, but I don't think it's going to work out very well. So I'm going to get those 2 patties. Oh, shit. There we go. Start the cuss counter. You know how it is. I'm going to get 2 of my little pork patties that cook in about 2-3 minutes. They're already frozen. And then first thing we need to do is make the pico, by the way. So as I'm letting this warm up, it needs to get to about 400 degrees. We're going to make the pico. And there's several ways you can make pico, which you need tomatoes, which it can really be any tomatoes. You need jalapenos, which you can take the core out if you want, so it's not super hot. Or if you want it to be hotter, then you can, if you want it to be hotter, then you can leave the core in. That's what I'm going to do because today I'm a little bit lazy and I really don't feel like decoring all my jalapenos. So I'm just going to use less jalapenos. So I'm going to get my bowl, I'm going to get my dicer, and you just load them up. Just bam, bam, crush your tomatoes right in there. We're going to get, you need about 2 cups of tomatoes. Don't worry, the tomato, it's going to make a mess. So the problem is, if you're not doing this in a restaurant, if you're doing this at home, you're going to make a good mess. And it should make a mess. A kitchen mess is the only good mess. And I have a shitty dicer, so don't worry. You could slice them up, but these are these little baby tomatoes, so nobody gives a hell. By the way, if you saw the mess that it's already made, they explode and they go everywhere. So I'm just going to do one of those, get my tomatoes out. And then next, you need the same thing with your jalapenos. Like I said, you can strip them down, get the core out. If you don't want it to be super hot. By the way, this is not professional cooking. Everything I do here is pretty much made up on the spot. It's going to make a mess. It's going to look stupid. I don't care. It tastes good at the end of the day. By the way, yeah, like I said, it makes a big mess when you chop tomatoes down like that. But you want your tomatoes to kind of just be, little dices. So after you get your tomatoes diced up, you're not going to make such a big mess with the rest of this because, well, if you know anything about your vegetables or whatever they're called, fruit, I don't know. Tomato. Tomatoes make a big mess, jalapenos don't, neither do onions. So let me get this cleaned up real quick, and then I'm going to dice the rest of it. We're going to make our pico. So I've got 2 jalapenos, not going to core them. I'm just going to cut them so they fit in the dicer. Slide over here real quick. Then we're just going to dice those up just as well. Oh yeah, my dicer's over here. Put them in there. Give it a good go. They're a little bigger than I wanted, but whatever. I don't really care. It's not a big deal. It's not like I'm selling this to anybody. I'm just kind of making it for myself. That's actually too much jalapeno for the amount of tomatoes we have. So it's going to be rather spicy. But you know what? That's okay. I've never had one this super spicy this time. So we're going to have our, you know what? I'm going to dice it again. I'm going to dice those jalapenos down again because they are way too big. Like, look at that. That is way too big. You don't want that. You want good and diced. Like, really diced. Son of a bitch. It keeps falling. I need a phone stand for this. You want them good and diced for your pico. Jalapenos need to be good and small. If they're not, it's going to be kind of weird when you eat this. It's going to be weird to eat because, like, it'd be like, I mean, I don't know. There's a bunch of rude things you could say about trying to eat too big of, you know, pico. And then you just want to take you a little bit of already circled onions and dice those too. You got your basic pico. That's unflavored. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw some salt in it because, you know, pico needs some salt. A lot of people put cilantro in their pico. I don't have cilantro, so I might put parsley or something else, whatever. It don't matter. I'm not going to do that today. Then I'm going to give it a little whirl. I'm not going to eat all this pico, by the way. There's no way a whole bowl of pico is going on one burger. So you got your basic pico. Still kind of need to... Yeah, I should have used like a smaller dicer. Anyway, the jalapenos need to be broken up. The tomatoes can be big, the onions can be big. But you kind of want your jalapenos to be a little bit smaller, just for texture. So you get it, and it should look... Like I said, that's way too many jalapenos in there. Or you just need more tomatoes. Either way, I'm not trying to make this a professional deal. So at this time, we're going to fire up our pork patties. And I already have my onions. Now it's a burger. You can tell what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to put it all together here in a minute. The only thing we're going to do with our burgers, we need to let them sit for about maybe 2 minutes on each side. They're not very big. Let me see. They're about like that. That's why I'm using 2 of them. And they're pork patties. You know, bucket. I'm going to go with the usual Hamburger Deluxe. It's basically a little char seasoning. You've seen me cook with it several times. Just a little dash on one side. They're frozen patties, so if you want to, you're cheating. Where's your knife? Nah, I use dicers. I don't live in the Stone Ages now. Now I am crazy. I'll get in here and make all kind of stuff, but there's no way I'm going to dice up all those tomatoes by hand. No fucking way. But I should have got a finer dicer, like one that cuts a little smaller, but whatever. It don't matter to me. But, where's the new music, bro? Oh, you know where my new music is. It's on Spotify. But anyway, since they're frozen, you can't season the other side till you cook it. I guess you can if you want to, but it's just gonna fall off or burn to the pan or whatever you want to call it. I don't keep up with all that good stuff. So now that I'm done with all my other stuff, you can wrap that up, put it back in the fridge, whatever you want to do. So it's got like a minute or so to cook. So I'm gonna let it cook. I'm gonna go make me a drink real quick. Y'all should too. I'll be right back. In fact, you know, if you really want to get down, I can, you know, one of these times I'm going to make beer on live. I'm going to show y'all how to make beer. So if you're ever bored, you can make your own damn beer at home. You don't have to go pay for it anymore. I'll show y'all that. Not today, but what you need is, while you're waiting, is you need some vodka. Just cause. You know, you just want to put a good little amount in there, you know, a pretty damn good amount, and enjoy your time off. So it's got about 30 seconds maybe before it needs to flip. By the way, you can use any bun you want with this. If you like a sourdough bun, if you like a wheat bun, or whatever. She said she knows how to make wine, not beer. Wine's actually harder to make. Well, technically, I guess it depends what kind of beer you make. If you make regular beer, like, you know, Miller Lite type beer, hops and stuff, there's a good process. But you can make beer with like 4 ingredients. You really just need sugar and water so it'll ferment, and then like a mixer. So if you're making ginger beer, it's ginger, sugar, water. That's all you need. And a sealed jar with aerator in like a week's time. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. So this burger, it's about ready to flip at this point. You just want to flip it. I mean, come on, you know how to flip a burger. It's going to taste weird, I guess. Pork, pico. Once again, if you need to see the pico, it's just your basic tomato, onion, jalapeno. I didn't core them out. I kind of want it to be hot. I'm a fan of spicy food. If you're not a fan of spicy food, then take the cores out of your jalapeno. Jalapenos are only hot because of the core. Everybody knows that. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go on about that all day. Anyways, we're going to get the same seasoning, char seasoning. We're going to go over the top of both patties again. Just barely slightly do it. I don't know if I want a sauce on this burger. Let me get my plate ready. Like I said, so I'm making a burger I don't even like. I do not like pico, and I do not like onions. So I might spit it out when I eat it, whatever, you can watch it, I don't care. But I'm gonna go with, you know what, I'm not even gonna put a sauce on it. I'm just gonna let it go just as is. I only made this today because I was a little bored and I wanted to fire something up. So while this pork cooks over in the left time, I've got a little bit of my vodka left, once again. So we got 2 pork patties, we've got your pico, and about 3 just rings, straight out of the onion. Really easy to get. Everything else, you don't need. Simple burger. Wrap your stuff back up, and then enjoy. So in the meantime, if there's anything y'all want me to cook or show y'all how to make, y'all can post it in the comments. This thing is almost ready, I think. You know, I just told that girl on there I don't live in the Stone Ages, yet I grab food right out of the pan. So anyone who's never seen me cook before, there is a way to grab food out of your pan when it's 500 degrees without burning yourself. You just got to know what you're doing, and you won't hurt yourself. Same thing with your vodka. If you know how to drink your vodka, it won't burn the back of your face. You just got to know how to drink it. No matter how much, it's how to drink. Haha, literally a mood. Make something you don't even like. Exactly, that's exactly what I'm doing. I mean, because why not? I'm probably going to spit this burger out, actually. But, you know, whatever. But I'm going to finish my vodka. It's got about 30 seconds left. And then I'm going to taste it, and then I'll let y'all know. Straight vodka, by the way. But, the vodka's actually a little off. Weird. Anyway. So, maybe about 10 seconds left on this burger. Just going to let it get the full temp. I'm going to walk over here and get my bun. I'm going to not be a complete savage. So I'm going to reach in there and get a patty. Put it down. Reach in there and get another patty. Put it on top. Then we're going to pour some of this pico in the middle. Just a little bit. Like I said, I don't like pico. I'm going to put onions on the other side. I'm going to see what it tastes like. It's probably going to taste awful. I'm probably just going to not like this. So here we go. Let's see, let's see. Actually, you know what? That's not even bad. A little too much onion for me. Like, I wouldn't throw the extra onions in. But I get why they serve this at restaurants. A lot of restaurants nowadays got like a cheese pico and, you know, some kind of meat. whatever. I guess they melt cheese and put Pico and chips and shit. I don't know, man. I've been to several where they offer it. Wow. Holy fuck. Okay? There you go. You heard it from me. I don't even like Pico. And you don't even need to core out the jalapenos. Like, the burger is so fucking good. Like I said, you probably don't need the extra onions. There's enough onion in the Pico by itself. That's a bitchin' burger. Ain't nobody said that since the 80s. Bitchin'. That good. It's that good. I'll tell you what. That burger was good. You know what that is? Boy. But anyway, I'm about to log off. I guess this time or next time, I'm going to show y'all how to make beer. A pasta dish. I'd love to make a pasta dish, but they take like 45 minutes to make if you make them from scratch. I like to limit mine to about 20 minutes. But I might do that just for you. Anyways, within the next 1 or 2 shows, I'm going to make beer. I'm going to show everybody how to make a form of beer. So when you're sitting at home in this quarantine by yourself, you can get drunk without having to go blow. Well, actually, you know, it might be more expensive to make your own beer. Might not. But either way, it's good to know you made it, and it's about a 15% alcohol beer. You're going to get way more drunk. Well, you may not get drunk, but you're going to get way more of a buzz off your own beer than you are those little 3, 4, 5% beers from the store. But anyways, all right, y'all.